Welcome everyone to our channel The Planner's Way. This video is the continuation series of the things getting started with P6. In this video we are going to cover user preferences. For that, let's log into the system. We have successfully logged into the system. The user preferences under the edit menu, and at the end it is the user preferences. You can access user preferences from here. If you hit user preferences, a new pop-up window will appear in your screen, through which it has its own subsections. We'll go through each of the subsection in brief. Firstly, unlike the admin setting, user preferences apply only to the currently logged in user, and it will not affect other user or the project or the other projects. So any changes that we made on the user preferences will commit the changes only for the user who is using the system at the time, but if any changes that we made on the admin section will have the impact on global environment. Once we quickly access the user preferences from the edit menu, we will get this window.
Let's start with each of the subsections under user preferences.
The first one is the time unit tab. This tab controls how the time is displayed and entered in the Primavera. Here you can define either that of hour per day or the hours per week, hour per week, or that of the hour per month, or that of time display unit format. So duration level, what it will show is, you can see in the original duration it will follow 10D. If you hit remove that one, it will be just 10. If it changes it to week and so duration level, that means it will reflect 2W. This is 2 week. We can make changes on the abbreviation from the admin section that we have discussed yesterday. Depending upon your requirement, you can set it up either you want to reflect the original duration on the hour format or that of the day or the week. These values affect how the duration in units are displayed, but do not change the actual schedule calculation. What this means is, when I change the uh, day, keep an eye on the example tab. When I change it from day to week, as the example is there is 10 days, if you change it to week, it will automatically convert it to 2 weeks. That means there are it the Primavera is taking 5 days as a working week and it is converting it to week. If you change it to hour, it will convert the 10 days to the hour. It will be 81. That means it is picking up the hour 8.1 hour as a day. So it will change how the unit are displayed, but it will not affect our calculation. The ideal one, I'll suggest to keep it on days for the original durations. If you want to reflect the subunit or the measure in the decimal, you can do that as well. Like if you want to reflect 10.1 days, 10.2 days, on that case, you can just introduce how many decimal you want to pick it up, as that of 1 or that of 2, you can pick it up. The second is the dates. This tab controls how the dates and time are shown in the screen.
From this tab, we can introduce the date format. While I'm doing that, please keep an eye on this sample so that you can have the better visibility what I'm talking of. If you hit the day, month, and year, then it will follow by the date, then that of the month, and that of the year. If I want to change it as per the year, month, and day, I need to hit that one, and it will change to year, month, and day. Secondly, if you want to record the time as well or reflect the time on the followed by the date option, you can hit the time either in the 12-hour format or that of the 24-hour. It will follow the time after the date. If you don't want to reflect any time, just hit the option for the do not show time.
Now we have the option of either you want 4 digit of the year. Here you see only 25. That means it is 2025. If you hit 4 digit of the year, it will reflect 2025. If you keep an eye on the symbol while I untick the box, it will change to 25. If I tick that, it will reflect the complete name of the year 2025. And for the separators, either you can separate from the hyphen sign or you can use the pick the slash, whatever you want. If you change the slash, the sample date followed by slash and that of month followed by the year. Let's go with the third one is the currency. In the currency, the option select a currency of varying monetary values. That means any of the resources placed across will pick up the currency on that of that one which we have set it up here. If we hit the three dotted icon at the right, it will give us the loads of currency option which we have made across in the admin section which we seen yesterday. Any of the currency that you want to pick up, you can introduce from here and it will be used as the default selection for that project. At the moment, it is set it up on US dollar. If you want to change it to anyone else, you need to just select that currency and hit the plus icon at the right. Then it will pick up the Japanese yen. And if you want to show the symbol, you need to tick this box. If you untick the box, it will not follow any symbol. And similar apply to that of decimal. If you want to reflect your monetary values in the decimals, like was 20.20 yen, on that case you need to tick this box, or else if you just want a round over figure, you don't need to hit the decimal, just pick it, just untick this box. The fourth one is the assistance. On this box, would you like use the first one is the would you like to use the wizard when adding the new activities or the resources? That means while adding a new activity, a wizard will introduce, or I'll quickly show you what this means. When we have ticked this box, when we have ticked the box of the activity wizard, similar apply to the other resources, and go in the activity tab, and if we add any of the activity, while adding the activity, a new window will pop up with activity name, and we need to set it up from here. If you don't want any wizard to appear, you need to go to edit, user preferences. If I untick this box on that instance, let's see what the changes will be. On that instance, if I add any of the activity, the wizard will not appear anymore. That's the difference the user preference will create, taking this activity wizard or not. If the activity wizard is ticked up, you will get that pop-up window. While working around to add multiple activities, sometimes it is annoying to get the wizard, so we can untick this box as per our requirement. Similar applies to that of responsible manager as well. While copying and pasting any project, whether we want to copy the responsible manager or not, this will reflect that one. If you want to copy the responsible manager as well, use the first one function. If you want to assign the responsible manager, use the second function. What that means is I suggest you to leave it as it is at the moment. You can change the responsible manager later as well once you copy the project. Next one is the application. The application is the general window, or way I can say it is the basic window which will manage the interface of the P6 while you log into the system. If you have realized, while logging to our system, we are getting the activity window started. That means we have set up the application startup window is activities. If I change it to the project window and now I log into the system, I will get the project window open first rather than the activity one. I suggest you to play around with this one. Try changing either that of report window or change to that of risk window and see and close the system and see what changes it will reflect, whether you are getting the risk window or not while as your default window while log into the system. At the moment, I have the activity window. For the grouping and sorting codes and that of financial period data, we will use those. We'll will come in this section while we are covering group sorting codes that are financial period. But just for your info, we can set it up either we want to show the activity ID, show the ID or the code, or we want the description. We can sort it out from here, and similar apply to that of codes as well. Whether you want to reflect the code values or that of description, you can pick it up from this box. But in detail, we will come on this section while we are covering the group and sorting and the codes. Next one is the password. The password that we have set up during the installation of the P6 is the ideal password that we are using now to log into the system. If you want to change your password, you can change it from here. You can hit password, enter your current password, new password, and the new password, the maximum current character length is 1 to 20, and just hit OK. But at the moment, I don't want to make any changes, so I'll simply cancel it. Next one is the resource analysis. For the resource analysis, we need to understand a couple of things regarding the resources. I'll leave this section as it is for now. We will come on this section later while we move forward in the training and while we are introducing the resources. Similar, I will say for the calculations as well. The resource analysis and the calculation things basically reflect on the on value. So in these two sections, we will cover up later while we are introducing the resources. We will look into it, what we need to adjust first before introducing the resources.
Depending upon the setting on the starter filters, the information on this windows will reflect whether the information on the resource window will reflect all the resources on the database or only the current project resources will reflect from here. If you have selected only current project settings or the current project data, it will reflect only the resources that are used on the current project, or else if you have selected the view all the data on that instance, it will load all the resources that are on the database. I'll quickly demonstrate taking one example of the resource window in this video.
For that, I need to close this window and I'll pick up resource window. If you see, we have ticked the box for the current project data only. On that case, if we open the resource window, it will pick up the display and followed by current project resources. That means the project filter using, it is filtering up by current project resources. Current project resources. If we change if we change the resources to that of all filter, let's see what happens. If we change it to all filter, let's see what the difference will be. If I open the resource tab now, I will get the data on the all filters, that is all resources when I change it. Log into the system again. That means if you made the changes on the user preferences on the filter section to that of all data, you need to close it and you need to sign out of the system first and then log in again, then the changes will appear. We have covered each of the tabs in detail which are on the user preferences. This will wrap up our video on user preferences. Thanks for watching this video. On the next video, I would like to cover the calendars, the type of calendar, how we set up the calendar in the P6 before introducing any of the project, and what is the importance of calendar. If you want to hear more from us, please subscribe the Planners Way. I'll see you in the next video.